a little Sunday sermon for you on the Saviour Complex. I am seeing so much of it, and I used to suffer from it. So I'm well acquainted with it, and I feel like I can speak to it from being in it and from being recovered. Maybe recovering. So, what is it? It's the feeling that you know something that someone else needs to know in order to either save them from pain, save their soul, help them in some way. That it is your duty, because you have this information, or you have gone through this experience yourself, or you are being guided to pass this information on to these people. What I'm not talking about is having a platform and speaking, or making videos and sharing them for whoever they resonate with, or advising someone who's asked for advice, or sharing with anybody where they're coming to you for that purpose. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this feeling that it is your job, your responsibility to save them from something. Here is what I now know. Imagine this is what goes on before we come down here. Here we are, we're souls. And we're getting ready for a physical experience. We're getting ready for a human experience, to have a life in a body. And the head of our class, our main teacher, our head honcho, says to us, now remember, I have put a guidance system in your heart, and it has a map, and it will lead you home. I have programmed you with the capacity to communicate with me and with us and with your guides and with your God, with Allah, with your Auntie Mavis, with the universe, with spirit, with soul, with your grandma who guides you, with your dog who's passed away, with whoever. You can communicate with us anytime. You just need to focus, open your mind, open your heart, and receive the guidance. You need quiet, you need calm. The things that will block that will be fear, conflict, doubt, programming that you receive once you're down there. But remember that you will always have this ability. You will always find your way home. Now look around at each other. You will be each other's teachers. You will teach each other through triggers. You will teach each other through interaction, through relationships, through lessons. You will play out your own role, and it will help to teach everybody else in this room once you're down there. Some of you will teach by showing exactly how to be. Some of you will teach by showing exactly how not to be. Some of you will teach through massive triggers. Some of you will teach through great acts of love. But you will all teach each other. Remember, the journey home is yours alone. But remember too, because it's very important to remember this part, once you have remembered your journey home, once you have memories of home being activated in you, once you remember how to communicate with home, once your guidance system is fully turned on again, or at least partly turned on, once your guidance system is activated and you're tuning in and you're getting some really good stuff coming through, remember to beam your light as brightly as you can so the others can see you. Walk in that light, beam that light, speak from that light, and model it. You will activate the others' guidance systems if they have not yet remembered how to do it themselves. And that is what we're doing for each other. No one ever said, now Susan, you need to save Peter's soul. And Peter, you need to save Kathy's soul. And Kathy, you need to save this whole group's soul, or else they're all going to burn in hell for eternity. Now, Mavis is going to run around like a headless chook and not have a clue where she is and what she's doing and what the purpose of her life is, until David comes in and tells her, so David, remember, you must wake up Mavis, or else Mavis will be asleep and lost for eternity. I really want you to feel into the craziness of that. I want you to feel into the craziness of it being your job to save another being's soul, or to save their body from destruction, or to save them from eternal whatever. Your job. Now, that is not the same as be in your power, activate your power, speak your truth, beam it out, and those that you're meant to help, the ones who know that you can help them, will be drawn to you like a beacon. You don't have to go and think, is it you? Is it you? Am I meant to say, I think I'm meant to save you. I think I'm meant to save you. Because what happens when you get stuck in that Saviour complex is you do it, you do yourself a disservice. You stay stuck. You forget that you only need to save yourself. You live in a lot of anxiety, a lot of concern, a lot of, oh my God, have I done enough? Have I woken enough people up? Have I said enough? Have I taught them enough? Have I shown them enough? Like, you're going to be judged on anything other than wake yourself up. Activate your own guidance system. Remember home. Walk the path to home. Activate your communication channels. Allow the guidance to come in. And then live that. Live that. Can you imagine that you run an art class? You're an artist, a brilliant artist, an amazing artist. You run an art class. And then you die and you are before the panel, the reviewing panel at the end of your life, and they say, you know what, you were an incredible artist. People wept over the beauty of your work. People were inspired. People, really connected with a feeling of love due to your work. But you know what? There was 2 students in your class and you never could teach them how to draw very well. So I'm afraid they're going to be, stuck in art class for the remainder of their lives. And you kind of get like a D-, and you better go back down and do it again, and you better do it better this time. I mean, that is the craziness of this. And I understand we get taught this. It is taught. It is a program. It is part of the illusion. It is part of the illusion that gets taught to us, that it would ever be our duty to wake anybody else up, that it would ever be our duty to stop another soul from going through whatever they're meant to go through. That is part of the illusion, and it's keeping us in conflict, in a lot of anxiety and in a lot of fear. Because the truth of it is, you only ever need to do the work at home. Do the work here. Do the work here. And then speak it, walk it, live it, and let people who are organically and naturally going to be inspired by you, are going to find you, who ask you, if someone asks you, speak to them. If you feel drawn to write, to speak, to rally, to march, to sing, to create art, do it. Do it. and know that that's enough. Know that whoever's meant to find that will find it. Because what you're doing then, what you're doing when you tap in and you go, what do I really feel called to do? Not for them, not for them, for me. What do I really feel called to do for me as an expression of my truth, as an expression of what I know? And then I just send it out. I just send it out and go, whoever it will help, it will help. May it help as many beings as it can. May it help bring relief. May it help bring love. May it help transform what we're currently going through. But you can't ever be about a particular project and I've got to wake you up and I've got to get you to see it and I've got to get you to know. It can't ever be that. It can't ever be that. That's not real. That's not anything spiritual. That's not anything to do with God or love. That's not anything to do with evolution. It's from inside, and then whoever it inspires, fantastic. Much love.